Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Come up with one running back. That's Bell. Now Roethlisberger. And his first pass is incomplete. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. That'll bring up second down. Time for the offensive start.
They're expecting much bigger things from him, trying to help out that offense. If he can get open, you know his quarterback will find him.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And this one caught by Coates. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Opening. Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They go play action here on first down. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, 27 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. After the touchdown. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Play clock winding down. And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A glance back at 2016 for Des Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800.
A while for him to get started. For you. Would not shock me at all if he doubled his catch number next year and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves. And Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
Ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now for Elliott, Charles, against Green Bay, 125 yards on the ground, became the first Cowboy rookie to rush for over 100 in a playoff game since Dwayne Thomas way back in 1970.
Another significant record added to what Ezekiel Elliott did in 2016. And just look at it this way. Everyone who watches NFL football pays lip service to the idea that the running game is important. I think Ezekiel Elliott really brought it back into focus in this season.
And he finished just 178 yards shy of Eric Dickerson's rookie record. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be first down, Cowboys.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Tony Romo on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough third and long coming up. So the D-line's going to spread out. On third down, Elliott. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
I know the toss offensive in the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
And maximizing opportunities.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Okay, Brandon, before we break this game down any farther, I've got to talk about Tom Brady. He's going for his 5th Super Bowl title. I think Bradshaw has 4, right? Montana has 4. Brady wants to be the only quarterback with 5 Super Bowl titles.
Won his first one back in 2002, trying to get number 5 in 2017. You'd think if he gets it, that he puts all the rings on at the same time.
For a definite photo shoot that'll go up in New England, everywhere, no doubt about it.
I mean out in public, just for fun.
Why not? Hey, he'd be Tom Brady with 5 Super Bowl championships, the first and only quarterback at that time.
Second down following the incompletion. They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Brought in by Coates. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, Your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. The Steelers call here on the Aussie, Australian-born Jordan Berry now to punt this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Romo gives to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a 3-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be a Dallas 1st down. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to Heinz Field after this. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now a 1st down throw. Romo toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And Charles, I know Ryan Shazier, who made that tackle, a youngster you like a lot.
I love him, and I liked him a bunch coming out of Ohio State because the more this game leans towards speed and less on bulk, that's where Ryan Shazier excels because of his ability to run down plays. If anything goes away from him, he'll chase it. A lot of the time, he can run with tight ends, running backs downfield and pass coverage. That only helps his outside linebackers like James Harrison and Bud Dupree get to the quarterback. I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time
out and talk.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And he'll get it up the middle. Room here to run. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
A good pickup there at 22. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And now a first down following that long gain. One man in the backfield, Elliott. He's going to get the football. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second down following the run.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And the wideout in motion. Here's Romo. And that is incomplete. Gavin Escobar, his big tight end, was the intended receiver. And it brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And now with a little dead spot here, let's talk Super Bowl week. And Media Day, always a big spectacle. This year, though, moving it to Monday night and calling it opening night. So a little bit of a change, but those guys getting that distraction out of the way early.
I think that they applaud the fact that it's that early in the week, because if you're a headliner, if you're the starting quarterback, if you're Tom Brady or Matt Ryan, you're inundated with reporters and questions. Get it over with on Monday. Move on with the rest of it. I think they were very happy to have that behind them. But I always laugh at that night, because what about the guys that never get asked anything, sitting at the podium, and maybe guys like you and me go by and go, hey, how you doing? And they're like, hey, what do you want to talk about? Not a lot of ink for them.
Yeah, it's always fun to see those guys. They have their cameras and phones out as well. They're videoing it like they are the media, too. A gain of 11 and a first down.
That was a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play. That's
going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
What would you have said to me if I told you in pregame that Big Ben and Antonio Brown wouldn't have hooked up until the second half?
I would say that they'd be losing, and they are.
Yeah, they are, and they've got to find a way now to continue to connect and try and get their team back in this game.
Again, it's Roethlisberger, and his pass incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger finding time. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. 19 yards there on the pickup, and they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Hurry up, let's go! Hurry up, let's go!
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And this is caught at the 8. And it's a fumble. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And he motions the wide receiver. Following the fumble recovery, Romo. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do.
And that'll be down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now Romo. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Another pistol look here.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. Romo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Cowboys going for it on 4th. It's Romo. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Fresh set of downs here. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's Bell, and he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they're going to speed things up here. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Brown, the lone receiver left.
These two.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a 1st down.
Easy. Wide. Get wide. 180. It's coming. Double up. It's coming. Double up. Set. 180. One way. Left.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything.
Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. following the fumble recovery. It's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll get only a couple down to the 44. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On third down, Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Watch left. Stop right there. Hurry up, let's go. 230. Shit.
They go play action here on first down. This will be caught at about the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard